Hi, everybody. This is Mark from Canopy Tech Resources Limited, and I want to welcome you to this quick Microsoft tip and trick video. This clip is taken from a recent webinar that we hosted with one of our amazing clients. In these sessions, we love sharing simple, time-saving ways to get the most out of your Microsoft 365 environment. This one, no exception. So whether you're looking to work more efficiently, stay secure, or just make your day-to-day a little more smoother, we hope you find this helpful. And if you ever want to get in contact with us, share ideas, or have any questions on how to better leverage your tech, feel free to reach out to us via LinkedIn or our website at canopytech.ca. Have a good one. Uh, John had asked me to kind of just make some little, help you guys out with some of the questions that were going on with IT. The number one question that we saw, which is I kind of expected it, was why does Microsoft Word and Outlook cost so much? Uh, it's not necessarily just Word and Outlook anymore. I know how some of us, I guess old school people think about it, but Microsoft comes now with a whole lot of apps with your subscriptions. So I'm going to show you guys one of the ways that we automatically kind of cut costs in companies. So I'm sure, or most of the people here have dealt with an application called Calendly. If you don't know what it is, it's a calendar app that syncs your Outlook calendar, your emails, your Teams, your Zoom, so that people can book meetings with you. But if you guys are a Microsoft shop, and one of the things that I did notice is that you guys do use Calendly. Um, Not that it's a massive expense, but with 20, 30 people, there is an expense to that app. Um, so I'm just going to share my screen, and then it's going to show you what you get with Microsoft licensing and what you can help save money, whether it's your clients that you guys deal with. You can mention it to them, noticing that their line items are increasing, their tech stack costs are increasing, things like that. So these are all the apps here that come with your Microsoft licensing that you guys have now. You guys are on the Microsoft Professional line. So you get all of these things. And there's a lot here. I'm sure 90% of these you guys don't know about. You probably don't need to know about a lot of them because you guys are accountants. You guys don't really need them and stuff like that. But there is obviously, like, if you're an admin, you get the admin app. There's bookings, which we'll talk about. Your calendar, Engage, which I think you guys do use. Um, Forms, Insights, Loop, OneDrive, OneNote, all these different things. But to replace Calendly, one of the things that I always do is I say, look, you guys have access to Microsoft Bookings. Microsoft Bookings is a booking app. It is Calendly, essentially. The only thing that this does not come with is the text message portion of Calendly. If you're paying for the higher tiers of Calendly, it sends a text message out. Hey, your meeting starts in 30 minutes. Your meeting starts in 15 minutes. This does not do the text message, but it does do the uh, email one. So I'm going to show you guys real quick. So you can see here that I already have my book call with me. That's in my email signature that everybody probably would have seen when I sent out some stuff to you guys. And we have the company shared booking one that this is more for our help desk. But I'm going to create a new one just to show you from the way it starts from the beginning. So up here, you got your little create meeting type button, and we're going to add, what's the title, and that's what's going to show to people. So it's going to put book time with me. Okay. Now, if you guys want to, or if you guys are utilizing categories within your Outlook, this is where you can tag things and all that kind of stuff. As you can see, I have my inbox 0 flags set up, but my inbox is definitely not at 0. Okay, so we're not. If you want to use tags, go ahead. This is where kind of like your body message is. So book time with Mark. Oops, for your tech needs. Okay. So location, it's going to default to Teams. Now, you guys do use Teams. I know everybody has Zoom installed on their system as well and things like that. But your primary app is Teams. So Teams will be there. And how long do you want these meetings to last? Now, 30 minutes is what I have mine set up for. This is going to be totally different for how you guys want to run your meetings. So you can go 30, you can 45, 1 hour, you can customize it. For the sales team, you can book like 10 minutes, 5 minutes for those intro calls and things like that. Here is where you want to pick if it's public or private. So public, obviously, it says it will appear on your booking page. This will also show up in your signature if you want it to show up there. This is where you can embed it onto your digital business cards that I know you guys just recently got, things like that. Or you can make it private. So only people with the link can do it. So if you're creating multiple meetings, let's say booking pages for different clients. So if you have company A, company B, company C, you want them to have their own unique invite. You can do that. Makes it more personable. It is something that we have explored kind of when we're doing A/B testing and things like that. It's up to you. We'll leave this as private because I don't want it to show up on my page. And then use my regular hours. So my regular hours are set to 9 to 5. How do you know what your hours are? You can click here and then it'll open up in another tab and then it'll show you what your working hours are. I won't click it because if I do, it'll open up my Outlook. And then advanced options. This is where you get your buffers and your things like that. So how much time of leeway do you want between meetings, right? How much time before the meeting, after the meeting, limit start time to 30-minute intervals. How much lead time do you want to give them? So if you want to say today is Wednesday, uh, 9 a.m., someone tries to book a meeting with you on a Wednesday and it's too short notice because you need leeway time. If you make the minimum lead time 1 day, it'll block off the ability to book on Wednesdays. If today is Wednesday for you, it'll be, you can pick Thursday or Friday or whatever. Maximum lead time. Okay. So this is how far can they go into your calendar. I like to set this to 90 days. I don't think anybody needs to I need to book time with you for 10 months from now. I mean, sometimes, but it's very rare. And I don't want to give the people the ability to do that. So I usually limit it to 90 days, but you can limit it to whichever you want. And this is where the emails come up, right? So send an email to the person booking a time with you before the appointment. So you can add it here, how much time before. I usually do an hour, and then I just put kind of like, hey, our meeting's coming up in 1 hour. If you need to cancel, please reschedule now, or, looking forward to seeing you in an hour. Follow up, very important if you guys are on, obviously, the sales team, or even if you just want to follow up and just say thank you. There's that theory where, the first person to respond or send a thank you email wins. It's usually a race. I know it's more in the sales side of things, but I always like to send a follow up, and I usually send it about an hour after, and I just say, hey, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it, and whichever you want, and then you save your changes. Once you save your changes, I'm going to go back here. I'm going to discard this. It will show up here. And if you have multiple, you'll have a multiple here. If you want to do shared bookings, so let's say you guys share a bookkeeper. So let's say bookkeeper tickets come in, and you're a bookkeeper and you help manage 5 different accounts, or bookkeepers can go into any account. Excuse me. Then you can create shared bookings where they can pick a bookkeeper, or it just falls into an availability of that bookkeeper that has available time. So let's say you have bookkeeper 1, 2, and 3. 1 and 3 are booked up at 2 p.m., but bookkeeper 2 is free at 2 p.m. When they book 2 p.m., bookkeeper 2 will get the calendar invite. That's how that works. And then how you want to do this is you just want to grab this, and then there's your link. And then you can give this link to people and things like that. And then this is how it will show up. So I'm already signed in. So now it'll show, these are the times you're available on this day. So it has the green check mark, right? If you use Calendly, you know that. So I'm available all these different times, but you can see how it skips times, right? So I have certain hours blocked off in my calendar. It skips those times, and I can pick different days, right? So my leeway is for Monday. Here's the Monday. Tuesday is the holiday, so that's blocked off, and on and on and on. And then you can go forward. You can go into the next dates, and you see how I cannot go further into anything once you go past 90 days. See, September 25th is the last one, and I can't go 26th or anything else like that. If you are giving this to somebody who, let's say, is not signed in, so I'm going to open up an incognito window. And what happens is it's going to say, hey, this is Mark Gullo's booking page. Sign in with your 365 account or continue as a guest. Now, if they have a 365 account, which most of your clients will probably have, uh, they would just sign in. And then when they sign in, their calendar and your calendars will kind of mash or mix mash together. So those green check marks will work. If they are not, or they just want to continue as a guest, you just continue. And then this is how it all kind of looks. So let's say I want to book July 3rd at 10:30. I'm going to click next. And then it's going to say, okay, name, email, and any notes that you may have for it, and then email verification code. It'll send a code. They input that code, and then the meeting invite goes out because they're coming in as a guest. If they're no guest, the code won't be there for that part. So pretty much that's the easiest way to do it. That's the easiest way to help find savings in your clients' books. So, if you're trying to help them find some stuff and mentioning that, hey, I just learned this cool new trick, there you go. You have something that can help, and then it can help you. It integrates into your Outlook very easily. It shows up in your signature. Um, that's the easiest way to do it. You don't need any fancy apps. You don't need connectors. You don't need Zapier. You don't need any of that stuff. It's built in right there. I just saw a question kind of rolling through the chat. Is this available on Google Workspace? Google Workspace does have, they do have their own way of doing it through Google Workspace. I just don't have it for myself, so I can't demo it to you. But if you are a Google Workspace user, yes, it does work as well in Google. So that's the easiest way to do it. I hope that worked out for you. And I will be showing more later on. Just for now, that was the tail end of this section. I appreciate your time. John, back to you.